Grab bag time for week 6. Ravens at the Giants. Ravens are 3-2. Giants somehow are 4-1. Fill in the blank for me, Christopher. I'll believe the Giants are for real if they what?
Win this weekend. I'm going to make it simple. I mean, again, I'm definitely on the fence. I'm a Giants fan. This is awesome. 4-1. Wow. I guess I should believe they're somewhat real after beating the Packers last weekend. But, there's elements about their game that we know. It's not all that impressive. They're really just playing mistake-free football and playing the proper way, and they've been fortunate with their schedule to play some teams that they match up well with. And, listen, I think they match up well with the Ravens this weekend. I don't think it's, crazy to think that the Giants can't beat the Ravens. You don't think Wink Martindale and company, the Giants have a pretty good defense? You don't think he knows that offense a little bit to slow down Lamar? And then on the other side of the ball, the Ravens defense still stinks. It stinks. They were better last week. They played more conservatively. But, man, the Bengals offense and what they do is elementary, too. It's like a third-grade offense. I mean, all you got to do is, I've been saying it for the last 2 weeks. Jamar Chase runs 2 routes. It's not hard to figure out Cincinnati. It's all relying on their talent. They don't do anything. So I don't know how much better I feel about Baltimore. I feel Giants win this one. I'm going to go, okay, they're a legit, playoff football team.
I think they already are for real. And regardless of what happens in this one, they're at the Jaguars, at the Seahawks, bye week, Texans, Lions at home before the Thanksgiving showdown with the Cowboys. One of those games that didn't look all that great when they pulled the sheet off the schedule in May, but wow, that middle game on Thanksgiving, they're going to have 60 million people tuned into that one if these Giants and Cowboys continue on the track they're on. So I think they're all ready for real, and I won't be surprised.
Okay.
I've been struggling.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Map out my picks for week 6. I've been struggling with Giants and Ravens. Patriots at the Browns. Both are 2-3. Buy or sell. If Bailey Zappi starts and plays well against the Browns, there will be a quarterback controversy in New England.
Well, I'm selling that. Again, is this just the new thing we are involved in the NFL? Backup quarterback comes in, plays one game and looks good, and now we talk about should he start over the guy that we've seen is pretty damn good and proven already. Mac Jones took them to the playoffs as a rookie with a team that we all looked at and went, their offense ain't that talented. Bailey Zappi's done well, okay? He's done well. That game played out perfectly for him the other day. At one point, he was 5 for 7 for 60 yards and an interception, and they were up 13-0. So it wasn't because of Bailey Zappi, all right? It wasn't. They got into a game where because Dan Campbell and Jared Goff decided just to spot New England 13 points to where they could run the ball. Oh, now it's a play-action pass and somebody's wide open. Here you go. Completion. Whoa, look at that. He's executing the offense. So, no, I'm not ready to go there. It's been very good. It's been solid. But, come on, it's one game against the shitty Lions defense and a horrible management of the game by Dan Campbell.
I will say this, though.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick has had 2 opportunities this week to say that Mac Jones is the starter when healthy, and he hasn't. It happened again yesterday, and he doesn't answer the question. And why don't you just say Mac Jones is the starter when he's healthy? What's the harm in that, especially as it relates to your relationship with Mac Jones? And I say that because I continue to have reason to believe there's something going on between Mac Jones and the team right now. And I know it seems like it's not the kind of thing that happens with the Patriots. They're all programmed. They're all robots. Nobody ever pushes back against the system.
Right.
But I feel like something's going on there, and that may be the root cause of Belichick's reluctance to declare that Mac Jones is the starter when healthy. So I think the door is still open for Bailey Zappi just because there may be something that's askew between Jones and the Patriots. 49ers 3-2, Falcons 2-3. Scale of 1 to 10. What's your confidence level in the 49ers overcoming a slew of injuries which seems to hit them, seems to bite them every other year or so, this struggle to get through their injuries? Yeah, no, I mean, my confidence level in them is still pretty high. I'm going to put it at an 8 out of the 10. It's unfortunate, and I think that's also what's amazing. I mean, as dominant as they were last week, again, I mean, Bosa came out of the game pretty early. Eric Armstead hasn't played in a few weeks. Javon Kinlaw's been in and out of the lineup, and they're still, you just go, well, they're still the most dominant defense in football for my money. That's what's amazing about them. Now, the thing that stinks about the injuries this week
is just the fact that, Atlanta can run the football, and they've run the football just on about everybody. Now, the 49ers are the best run defense in football, so I'm excited to kind of see that matchup, but I still look at the 49ers as extremely good, and if they can just weather the storm through these injuries and these guys get back here in a few weeks, watch out. I think everything's pointing in the right direction for the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I really believe that, and they're a team, we're seeing teams out there that have inflated records that are barely beating their opponents, like the Vikings, in a very fictitious and false 4-1. The 49ers, when they hit their groove and they come up against a team that they're better than, they kick the crap out of them.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that's going to happen again this weekend to the Falcons. Panthers 1-4, Rams 2-3. What number will be higher in this game? Matthew Stafford sacks or Rams touchdowns?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to say sacks, though. I am. I'm going to say sacks. They might score 3 touchdowns and maybe 2 field goals and have 27 points, but I'm going to say he gets sacked more than 3 times in this game. I am. And then what's unfortunate for them a little bit is you don't know exactly what to expect now from the Carolina defense. It's a good thing, they changing coaches and they're in a little turmoil in Carolina. But the other part of it is, wait, they fired their defensive coordinator, and now the new head coach is the coordinator, and they could have some wrinkles and things that, are not on film or that have not been part of their DNA on that side of the ball. So I'll go with more sacks than TDs. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I will as well. There's been 21 sacks so far for Matthew Stafford this year. That's tied with Matt Ryan for most in the league. He was sacked 5 times. Stafford was against the Cowboys in Week 5. By the way, Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald both missed practice on Wednesday with foot injuries. No indication they're going to miss the game. But as I said, I think on Tuesday, as we were reacting to the firing of Matt Rule, the Rams are in the best spot here because they get the Panthers first with this turmoil, with only 6 days for Steve Wilks and a revamped coaching staff to get ready. So that's good news for the Rams, who desperately need a win.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.